Hi grade 11 EGT learners. In this video I'll answer one of the isometric drawing questions, and I took this question from the grade 11 workbook JPEGD, and this is page 1919. And as you can see, I have a small piece of paper there. This paper is the same as this information section here. Okay, I'll start by reading the instructions before I start with my isometric drawing. Given the front view, top view, and the left view of a sliding jig, the position of point S on the drawing sheet. Use scale 1:1 and convert the orthographic views of the sliding jig into an isometric drawing. Make S the lowest point on the drawing. Show all necessary construction. No stencils may be used. No hidden detail is required. Okay, as you can see here, we are given the top, front, and the left view. So I will start off by drawing the isometric block. So in order for me to draw the isometric block, I'll have to have the length, the width, and the height of the object. If you look at the three views there, we are given the length of the object, which is 95, the width, which is 80, and what about the height? So the height, as you can see from this space here, we are given that from here to there it's 30. 15 plus 15 is 30. But now what about from here to that point there, up there? If you look at this arc, we are given the radius, which is 55. So it means from here to that line up there, it's 55. So it's 30 plus 55, which is let me see, 30 plus 55, it's 85. So it means the height of the object is 85. So now I can start by doing the isometric block. I'll just take my 30 by 60 set square, draw a construction line, and even this side, and the vertical line right there, just like that. Okay, what's the length? The length, remember, it's 95. I'll just mark off 95 right there, and the width is 80 to the left. Okay, and the height is 85, remember. So I'll mark off 85 on this line. Okay, from this point I can just draw a vertical line from this point and slide my set square to this other point right here. And for this point, because this is the height, it means I have to project this line to the right, project this point again to the left, just like that. And for the top part, I just slide my set square to this point right there, draw a line, and this side do the same thing, draw a line. So if you look at the screen, I have my isometric block. I have this section, three sections, this one, and the top section there. Okay, the arc obviously is right there from the left view, and then when it comes to the front view, where's the arc? The arc is right there. So this is the section for this arc. So if you look at the front view, obviously point S is right there. It means this part of the arc is far in. It's not right here on this line for point S. So obviously I have to measure this thickness of this section, this part. So the thickness there, it's 15. So I'll measure 15 from anywhere, maybe from this point or this point there. So I'll measure 15 there. Then I draw a vertical line like that, and draw the line again up there like this. Okay, so this is the thickness of the arc. So now I want to get this point. So if you look at the base, the height of the base, it's 15. We are given from the left view. So it's not 15, sorry, it's 30. So from here to there, it's 30. It's from here to there. So it's 30. So I can mark off 30 from down here, going up, it's 30. Then I draw a line down to this line here. Okay, so it means now I have this point. So that point it's right there. That's where the arc starts. For me to get this center point there, I'll have to measure 55 from this point to the center point there. So obviously I have this point on my drawing, it's this one here. So I'll just draw a line using my 30 by 60 set square. And then I measure 55 because the radius is 55. So 55 is right there. It means this is the center point. It's that point right there. So I can just draw a vertical line there, like that. Okay, so obviously this arc, it's right there, somewhere there. I'll draw that arc somewhere there. Okay, so now I'll have to draw the square so that I can do the constructions for this isometric arc there. Okay, so because this is the radius, obviously from here to there it's 55, and from here to there it's 55. So I can just measure. Let me just use my red pen for the square. So from this center point going down, I'll measure 55. I'll measure the radius right there. So take note that I'm using my red pen to construct the isometric square, and then I'll also draw a vertical line there to this point. Okay, and then even up there, just draw a line going up, and then 55 is right there, and then I take it down. So this is the square. Let me just extend this line. So this is the square for an isometric circle. So this is the center point. That point is right there, right? Okay. So I can say this is center O. This is A, B, C, D. Okay. So I can say this point is 1, this one is 2, and obviously this is the center point, which is O. So if you look at my square right there, where is 1? 1 is right there, 2 is there. Okay, I have center O right there. Okay, the arc is from point 1 to point 2, so it means I'll have to draw an arc from this point to this point. So there is no need for me to make those constructions for an isometric circle. I'll just put my compass at point D and draw that arc there. Okay, so I'll just open my compass, put my compass at point D to point 1 right there, to point 1, and then obviously I'll have to draw. Sorry, my compass just moved. Just like that. Okay, so this is the arc. So remember, we have this line and this line there. So it means this is the thickness of that section of the arc. So obviously it's 15, so it means I'll have to move this point D up, and I'll have to measure 15. So I'll just do like this. We'll draw a line and measure 15 from point D. So 15 is right there, and from point 1 I'll move point 1 up to that line. So it means now I have a point there, and for this one obviously it's right there. So now I'll have to draw an arc again from this point to this point. It's this thickness of the arc, or the section of this arc. So I'll just take my compass, put my compass at this point to that point up there, and draw an arc just like that. Just like that. Okay, so I'm done with this arc. So now I can just proceed with my isometric drawing. So obviously if I look at my top view, you can see that there is this section. Obviously my arc ends there, so I can continue by drawing this rectangle up there from the top. So where is it? It's right there at the top. So I can just do like this, take my third square, draw an outline there, and even right there. Just like that. Okay, so now what can I do is I can just draw this base part, and this is the front view. Obviously, where is point S? Point S is there. So from point S I just draw a line going up from here to there. It's 15. Okay, so I can just draw an outline there going up, and then I can just join those 2 points from here to point 2 right there, just like that. And then I can just draw a vertical line there and right there, just like that. So this section here, it's this section right there. Okay, that's fine. So now I can just project these 2 points, to the left, so that I can draw this part, this base on the left. Okay, as you can see, this point goes to that other point that side, so I can just draw an outline going up there, just like that. Okay, and then draw a vertical line there. Okay, good. But now if you look at this base, this side, you can see that okay, there is this section here, and obviously we are given what? An angle there. The angle is 60. So are we given the distance from this point to this line? No, we are not given, but we are given this distance from this point to that point, and even the height from here. But we are not given the distance from this point to that point. It means now I will have to draw an auxiliary view for this section. Okay, that's not that difficult. I'll just draw a horizontal line just down here and mark a point and measure this 20 there. Okay, I'll measure 20 there, and then draw a vertical line, and that line I'll measure 15, so it's 15. Then I draw horizontal line there. Okay, so now remember the angle here, it's 60, so I'll just take my set square, because this is a 30 by 60. I'll put my set square like this and draw a line there. Right, because you get marks for drawing this auxiliary view right here, so it's very important for you to draw the auxiliary view. So just make it dark just like that. Okay, so obviously now I can just measure this, because remember we were not given that distance, right? So I can measure that distance and mark it on my isometric drawing. But first, before I mark my point, I'll have to measure that 15 and draw a construction line going up like that. Okay, and then now I can measure that distance there. It's 12, so I'll just measure 12 here, mark a point, and even up there I'll mark a point, I'll measure 12, just like that. Okay, and remember from here to there it's 20. I can just measure 20 from point S going to the left, and even from this point up there measure 20. So now I can just join these 2 points. Okay, so I can join those 2 points, can draw an outline, even right here, draw an outline. Okay, and then join this 2 and those two, just like that, and draw this line. Okay, so obviously this is like a channel going in. As you can see here, we have some hidden detail. So what I can do here, I can just draw a line going in from this point right there up to this line, just like this. Okay, perfect. So now I can proceed to this section here. So if I look at my left view, where's the surface? I'll just highlight the surface. Okay, so obviously I have to draw that surface. And where is the surface from the left view? The surface is right here on this line there, because obviously from the left view we can't see the surface, we can only see the edge of the surface. Okay, so if you can see, what's the thickness of this part here? We are given from this left view, it's 10, right? So obviously I can measure 10 here, so that I can draw that section. So I can measure 10 right there, draw a vertical line, and then what's the height? What's the height of this section? We are not given the height, but we are given that from the top point there going down it's 15. So I can measure 15 from up there going down right there. Okay, and then I can just draw a line there. Okay, so if you look at this rectangle, it's this one right there, right? I can just project those 2 points, this one up and this one up there. And why? Because if you look, obviously if you look at these 2 points, those 2 points are right there. But if you look at the front view, where are those 2 points? They are right there, right? Okay, so if you look at the measurements there, from this line going in it's 40, so it means that I can just measure 40 there. Okay, so I can measure 40 right there. 40 is on that line there, so I can just draw an outline there. So this line, it's this line there. Okay, so now what about this edge there? Where is it? It's right there. It means it goes in by 10 millimeters. So I can just draw this line there and measure 10 going in right there, and then just draw an outline there, just like this. And obviously it means I have these 4 points now, so obviously I can join those points. As you can see, from this point we have a line to this point, right? Okay, so I can just join those 2 right there, and even those 2, because as you can see the surface is, it's a slanted surface, as you can see from the front. Okay, and then I can just draw a line there, just like that. Okay, so now if we look at the top view, I have this 4 points. Remember, it's this 4 there. Okay, from these 2 points, obviously this point and this point, it's this and that point there. So we have a line or 2 lines from those 2 points to this part of the object. So it means I can extend those 2 points there, and then I can take down that point vertically down. Why? Because if you look at the front view, obviously there is a vertical line there, so I can just draw a construction line there. Okay, and then when it comes to this point, I can just draw an outline up to that point, and then I can just draw an edge there like that, and then even this line, I can make it solid, then join those 2 points just like that. Okay, remember I'm trying to draw the surface, right? Okay, so I do have this point, it's right there, and also this point, it's right there. So now from this point I can just draw a vertical line, light construction, and then from this point I can draw a 30-degree line going up just like that, and then I can just make the 2 lines solid. Right, okay, so I'm not done. Obviously there is this hole there, this rectangle. Obviously if you look at the left view, there is hidden detail there. In this hidden detail lines indicate that this is what a hole. So how are we going to get this rectangle? If you look at the top view, from this line going to in, it's 50, and obviously from here to here it's 25. Okay, what I can do is I can just project this line up to there and draw a line like this, right? So I'll measure 25 on this line and 50, so I can mark 25 right there, and then 25 again from the same point, and then from there I just draw 2 vertical lines going down like that, right? So I projected this line going up, and then from this point I've drawn what, a 30-degree line, so that I can measure the 25, this 25 and this 25. Okay, so obviously I have these 2 lines. It means that, okay, it's this 2 there, but now I must get these 2 horizontal lines. And if I look at my left view, from the base there going up to this line, it's 42, right? So what I can do is I can just draw a vertical line there, extend that line. I'll measure 42 from the very same line going up. 42 is right there, and then I'll just draw a line to the right. Okay, from this point going up I will measure 15, so I'll measure 15 right there and draw a line. Automatically I have my rectangle there, so I can draw my rectangle solid like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, but remember, I'm not done. As you can see, there is this corner there, and I can see the edge of this part, so I can just draw a light construction line. And remember, the thickness of this part, it's given, it's 10, so on that line I can measure 10 like this, mark there, and draw a line there, not construction, outline, a solid line like that, and a vertical line, and this edge there. Okay, so I'm done with this section. Okay, for this hexagon here, okay, let me just draw the center lines first. As you can see, from that corner to the center line it's 40. It means I will measure 40 going in from that point up there, so it's 40. Then I can just draw center lines right there. Okay, and then for this one it's 40 as well, so I'll measure 40 from this point going up there. Okay, and then draw center line that. Okay, so I do have my center lines for the shape. So obviously if you are given a hexagon like this, it means that I'll have to draw an auxiliary view first, because I can't draw the hexagon on my isometric drawing. I'll have to draw the auxiliary view first. So obviously I have the center lines. I'll just draw my auxiliary view right here. Let me just quickly draw the center lines like that. Okay, we are given that the side of the hexagon is 20. I can take my compass, measure 20 and draw a circle like that. It's 20, and then draw a circle. Alright, okay, then from there I can just take my 30 by 60, draw a line there, a line from this point, put my set square like this, draw a line from this point going up, move it to this one right here like that, and then join those 2 points there. Okay, and then from here I must just draw a square. So from this point I can just draw a vertical line, and this point a vertical line, and then on this base of the hexagon draw a horizontal line even right here. Okay, so as you can see I have 4 points now, so I can just label them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'll have to draw this square on my isometric drawing, right? Because remember I have the center here, so I can just say this is center O. Center O is right there. So okay, from center O to this point is what? It's 19. Okay, is it 19? It's 20. So I can just mark 20 there, and then obviously that side is going to be 40, and then draw lines there like that, just like that, and then I will measure from the center to this base. It's 15, 16, 17. Okay, so from the center to there it's 17, even up there I'll measure 17 from the center. It's right there, and then draw a line here. Okay, I have point number 1 there, which is there, point number 2, point number 3, and point number 4. So now I can take my compass, measure the distance from this point, from point 1 to this point of the hexagon. So I can just measure the distance from 1 to that point to there. So obviously all this distances are equal, as you can see. So I'll put my compass at 1 and mark there at this line, and put my compass again at 4, mark there, and then put my compass at 2, mark there, and at point 3, mark there. So now I have my hexagon. I will have to just join the points. So obviously it's this point, that point, that point, that point, that point, and that point. So I can just join this one with this one as well, and that point there, then the point over there, and this one, and those points like that, right? So this is my isometric hexagon. It means obviously I transferred this hexagon to my isometric. So obviously if you look at this shape, it's not the same as this one. Why? Because obviously this is an isometric drawing and this is the two-dimensional view of the hexagon. And then now obviously I'll see an edge there and right there. So what I can do is I'll start by drawing a construction line, two construction lines there, and I'll go back to my three views. Where's the hexagon from the left view? The hexagon is right there. It's this hidden details, and if you check, obviously this is a hole, right? So obviously the thickness of this part is 15, so I'll measure 15 on this line and this line, and I'll have to draw a vertical line as well at this point and this point as well, and then I'll measure 15 there. 15 is right there, and on this point 15 is right there, and here I'll measure 15 as well, and there I'll measure 15. Why? Because obviously from this point I'll have a line, so obviously I'll just join those 2 points, but that line is from the point to this line of the hexagon, right? So from this point I'll have a line going this way, right? And then this point with this one, but the line will be from that point to this line of the hexagon. So I can't draw a line all the way to this point because now obviously this section is hidden. I can't see that section, it's hidden. And then I can just proceed and draw this edges there in solid. And then obviously this is the whole of the hexagon. And then remember I have this part. This part goes all the way under this section, so obviously I'll be able to see it right over there. So before I draw a solid line, I just want to measure before. The length is 95, right? Remember, so 95, where is 95? Is right there. Okay, so it means I'll be able to see that edge there, from there up to there, just like that. Okay, forgot to draw this one. Yeah, right there. So now I'll just add this center line there. So my center line will be right there, just like that. Okay, I have two auxiliary views, and then obviously this section I took this measurement and I marked it there and even right there. And then for the hexagon, I was supposed to draw the hexagon first and then draw this square and then transfer the square on my isometric drawing and then plot the points. And then yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching my YouTube video.